Let's start with the inner north of Brisbane. Now, it's an interesting area because it's probably your old money area of Brisbane in a lot of circumstances. So, what do I mean by that? If you look at both Hamilton and Ascot, especially, and to an extent Clayfield too, you've got a lot of your old period homes on your original block. So, you have homes with tennis courts, pools, basketball, like little arenas, and 6 and 7 bedroom houses on acre blocks, quite commonly in these suburbs. So your inner north it's in comparison to probably other cities, I'd say, think of it as like your lower North Shore in Sydney for Sydney siders. Think of it like your inner east, like your Canterbury and Camberwell for people from Melbourne. And for people from Perth, think of it like your kind of Peppermint Grove, Mossman Park, Dalkeith, all those sorts of suburbs. They're pretty similar to that kind of area in that sense. But the suburb in the inner north that I think is very underpriced is a suburb called Albion. So for those who don't know Albion, you might know it best as the actual home of Tabcorp. The old Tabcorp building is actually there, right near, only just a couple hundred metres away from the station. But this suburb is basically stationed between basically Wilston, Windsor, Hamilton, Ascot and Clayfield. Is neighboured by all of them. Some of the most expensive suburbs in Brisbane, it literally neighbours. Though you can still pick up properties there for literally about $1.2 to $1.3 million in the better streets. Look, it's literally 3 stops to Central in the city, and it's 2 stops from Fortitude Valley, and a lot of the houses in Albion are literally less than 400 metres from the station. So you'll notice that a lot of wealthier families will start to move here, especially with the spillover effect with Ascot and Hamilton, hitting $2.5 and $3 million in the future. So you'll see that happen. Just be a little bit careful with Albion because the data is a little bit swayed by the large presence of units in the suburb. So you'll notice that especially around the station, you'll see a lot of units, and that'll sway the actual statistics. And also, just buying in Albion, make sure you're not buying south of Albion Road or especially along Sandgate Road. It's so busy. But to the northern end of the suburb, and also, should I say, the eastern end, there are some very, very good pockets to buy in. Just don't buy it in the industrial area or anything like that because it won't perform well. But what's happening in Albion basically is there's a large amount of development going on there. So recently, now there's been adjustments to this actual development, but there's a large development going on called the Albion Exchange. Now that's gonna just create an incredible business precinct there. Not only business precinct, but that you'll see a lot of young wealthy people start to move in here, which they already are, but you'll continue to see it in the future. Now, not only that, but what you'll see as well is a lot of sort of white collar businesses will start to station their headquarters up towards here. And not only that too, but it's not only the Albion Exchange that's actually getting developed, but there's actually the dog park not far from there either, which is technically still in the suburb, is actually being redeveloped as a part of the Olympics too. So it will become a fairly key suburb to the Olympics as well, especially considering its proximity to the CBD. It's very close. It has a bike path that runs straight to the CBD as well. So you'll get the professionals who don't even drive to work that will live here too, either catch a train, ride a bike or a bus. There's every transport method you could think of. Anyway, Albion's not the only suburb I'm looking at. Another one is Newmarket in the inner north of Brisbane. So Newmarket is on the boundary of the inner north and probably the inner west, but it still definitely sits within it. Now, a key part of Newmarket is it's actually quite a green, tranquil suburb as well. It's got a lot of wide streets, particularly a little bit away from the station. I'm not saying far, but a couple hundred meters. There's quite a few like lovely tree-lined streets in Newmarket, and you're also on a key stop of the train line, which is good. You're close to a lot of Ashgrove's best schools, and you're fairly close as well to Brisbane Girls and Brisbane Grammar, which only happen to be in Spring Hill. So that's a thing about Newmarket that's quite good. To add to that, it actually neighbours a suburb called Ashgrove. So Ashgrove is a very good suburb in Brisbane. It's probably similar, in my view, for Sydney siders to probably something like your hills or maybe upper North Shore. You've got like quite green pockets, quite wide open streets, kind of like little villagey sort of style cafes and restaurants in the town centre, particularly along Jubilee Terrace. Not only that too, you got some quite good schools. So like Marist is a very well-known school, home to a lot of like very notable residents as well. But if you look here, you can see Ashgrove's about 200,000 more expensive than Newmarket. Now Newmarket literally neighbours it and arguably has a better location in my view. Not saying Ashgrove's not a good buy, it still is, but for the price Newmarket is, it's a pretty incredible buy to be honest with you. Thanks so much for watching. Please subscribe to the channel, and if you're looking for a buyer's agent in Australia's best performing suburbs, be sure to reach out via www.compoundinvest.com.au. Thanks again and welcome to the channel. I'll see you on the next one.